What's up, guys? I'm Josh Morse, and I am super excited about today because this is the first tip video. So, I thought it'd only be appropriate to talk about my favorite bait, the frog. So let's dive in. You're generally going to see two types of frogs. You got your walking frog, which is probably the more common one, and then you've got your popping frog. Personally, I prefer popping frog, just because the cup around the line tie creates so much action in the water that, a fish can't really resist. So you've got the popping frog that does that, and then you've got the walking frog. It's shaped uniquely to just work with you when you're walking it, going side to side to create that extra commotion because it doesn't have the cup. So, those are the two types of frogs. Let's talk about what's good about a frog. What makes this frog a bait that you would want to pick up? Well, one thing, and probably the main reason that a frog is effective, is it is weedless. This frog will not get caught up in lily pads, grass mats, weeds. You can throw it anywhere. You can tell right here, well, you can't really see them. That's the point. The hooks are pretty much dug into the body, and that creates that weedless effect. Now you're thinking, how's the fish going to get hooked if the hooks are inside the frog? Well, frogs have a collapsible body. Some companies make them better than others, but when the fish bites down on the frog, it collapses like that and exposes those hooks. Then you set the hook and you've got your fish on. So, the next thing that makes a frog appealing to any good fisherman, it is castable. This frog is heavy enough and aerodynamic enough that if your reel's set right, you're going to throw this thing a mile and you're going to be able to put it wherever you want. So, that's helpful. Now, the frog is a big fish catcher. I've caught my PB on a frog and so many 5+ fish on the frog. The little ones will hit it. You'll get 2-pounders, 1-pounders, but a lot of your bites are going to be those 5-6+ pound fish, and they just love this thing. Now, those are some good things about a frog, but let's dive into some of the logistics. Now, you're going to see frogs in the stores. They come in all different colors. You're going to see the whole rainbow on one shelf. But for me, I like to stick to 3 colors. You got dark, light, and bright. So, when you're looking at a frog, looking to buy a frog, looking for a good color, a mistake that so many fishermen make, and it's a pet peeve of mine, everyone looks at the tops, and companies know that. They design these tops to look all fancy, but what should you be looking at? What the fish are looking at. The fish are looking at the bottoms. So let's flip these over and see what these frogs really look like. Now, you've got your black, your white, and your bright orange. This one's white, but it's got a little bit of orange on it too. So those are your 3 colors. My favorite color to throw is definitely black. Black is effective all day, all night even. Now, I like to throw it when it's sunny because the fish can see it pretty well against the sun, and then also when it's cloudy. That black stands out to them and they hit it really, really hard. Now the next color is white. This is a bait that you're going to want to throw in the night, either in the morning before the sun's come up or late at night. These fish, they love this white frog against a white sky. Now, the brighter color is something I don't throw nearly as often as black or white, but in certain situations it is helpful to throw this bright color, like murky water conditions or conditions where the fish are just super active and any bright color just ticks them off and they're going to come destroy it. So, dark, bright, and white, bright, and white. Those are going to be the 3 colors that you're generally going to want to stick to when you're talking about frogs. So, now let's talk about the equipment. What are you going to throw a frog on? What kind of rod? What kind of line? What kind of reel? Well, you want a long rod so that you can cast it, and you want a heavy rod so that you can set those hooks. These hooks don't set themselves like a wacky rig does. That fish is going to grab the bait, it's going to take it down, and then you're not going to be hooked into the fish until you give them that hard hook set. So a heavy action rod is helpful with that. I like to throw it on a 7-3 heavy action rod. Now you're going to want a little bit faster reel. I like to throw a 7-5 to 1. You don't need it too fast, not a 9 or 10 to 1, but not too slow. I mean, a 5 to 1 is not really going to do you much good, because you need to be able to catch up with your slack pretty much as soon as that fish takes the bait. So you want a faster reel, bigger rod, and braid. Guys, don't ever throw a frog on anything but braid. Please save yourself that trouble. Braid does two things. It helps with the hook set because it doesn't stretch. And the other thing it does is it floats. This is a top water bait, and you're fishing this through heavy, thick stuff like lily pads. So if you have line that's sinking down, that's going to pull that frog into the water. One, it's not going to look like what a frog looks like. Two, you're going to get this thing caught up, you're going to be frustrated, then your line's going to snap and you're going to lose your $8 frog. So throw it on 40, 50, 60 pound braid. I like to throw on 60 just because it lasts forever and it's never going to break. But please don't throw this on anything but braid. So big heavy rod, faster reel, and braid is the equipment you're going to want to be set up. And that's about it, guys. Next time you're out on the water, pick up a frog. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and leave a comment please on any bait that you'd like to see tips on, and I will get that out for you as soon as I can. Thanks guys, and keep tight lines.